Hi, Kev here, Tabletop Upgrades. Another improvement video. It's been the first one for about a month because I've been ridiculously busy with the business and I let the videos slip shamefully. However, I have kept on the improvement train. So I'm going to just make up for that by showing you 10 improvements I made in the last month or so. First one, I've always got these little Datum spacers just hanging around on the side of the machine, which annoys me. So I'm going to fix what bugs me. I've embedded some magnets in the end and they will just clip to the inside of the machine, so they've always got a home. Number two, and no before video sadly, I pulled this out of a skip which is down my street, and it's absolutely perfect for keeping the in progress bits of work that I've got. It used to just sit on the floor here, which was disgraceful, but now it's got a home, and also it elevates this to a much more ergonomic position, so that really works for this laser station. Number three, another skip find. This little Kallax unit houses these model cases absolutely perfectly. Improvement number four, I've been trying to refine the YouTube station again, and now what I've got is a permanent overhead camera and a permanent iPad and lighting setup. I dip in out of YouTube all the time because it's never easy enough, and I'm hoping this setup is going to really make doing two camera work a lot easier. So time will tell, but I'm quite happy with the results, and I'll post some examples of that perhaps in another video. Improvement number five, I'm making a lot more cases than I ever have done before, and they use these big 5mm long magnets, and obviously getting the polarity right is essential, so I've made a little jig where it holds the magnets in the correct orientation, so it's a poker yoke. It is now completely impossible to pick those up with the wrong polarity. Improvement six, this is the magnet dispenser that I designed a while ago. It uses that same polarity fixing device in the base, but what was always a little bit painful is the push stick just had a square end on it, and I know it sounds pathetic, but at the end of a day of maybe magnetising 100 dials, I'd have really sore fingers. So now I've just laser cut a little ergonomic circle on the end, and it's a lot more comfortable to use. Improvement seven is this workbench. Look how clear it is. That's because now I'm using the second shelf for in-progress painting work, and that is directly above here, reducing the waste of motion. I also intend in a future improvement to make a little paint caddy so they're a bit easier to get, because at the moment I've got to reach over the top, which is really inconvenient. Improvement 8, this is the laser station, but I also generate the packing labels here, and I've got to walk all the way across the workshop to get my packing stores from under here, and that's where my little mail station is. Stupid. So what I've done is created a backup supply just here, and that's reduced a lot of motion in the workshop. Improvement 9, while this is great, when I move the table, this thing tends to just fall off and onto the floor, which I can't tell you how annoying that is. So what I've done is 3D printed a little catch so I can move the table around, which is using an auxiliary work surface, and the stuff doesn't go anywhere. And the 10th and final improvement that I just did this morning is a simple one. Offcuts of acrylic really smell, gets the off gas for 24 hours, so I put them in this sealed Tupperware container. So I've pulled all the labels off it, labelled it up properly, fresh scrap, empty each day. And one of the tenets of lean that Phil shared with me was to get stuff off the floor. So I'm going to make a little French cleat, 3D print something so it can just hang on there, so it's easy to hoover and clean underneath it. And I think now I'm getting a few little daily jobs, then I'm going to take some inspiration from Andrew and put a Kamishibai board up, maybe up here on the laser cutter, so when I come in the morning I can flick on off all the different jobs that get done every single day.